Hi, good afternoon, everyone. May I see Malcolm Bass, please? Mr. Bass, good afternoon. You're here on a aggravated assault charge. You have an attorney representing you.
Jonathan Martin.
Okay, you have Mr. Martin representing you. You don't need to make any comments or statements today. Let your attorney speak on your behalf. Do you understand that, Mr. Bass?
Yes.
Okay. Now, your client is charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Do you have a comment about probable cause today, Mr. Martin?
Your Honor, I've read the probable cause affidavit. I don't want to demean the court. We're going to stipulate as to probable cause at this time. We're going to ask for a reasonable bond. It looks from a read of the probable cause affidavit that there may be a self-defense stand-your-ground issue involved in this. We'd ask for a reasonable standard bond, less than $10,000, maybe $5,000 or $7,500. I've had contact with the family. He has a stable residence, ties to the community, not a risk of flight, sir.
Okay, and he's a barber.
Yes, he was employed at the place where this happened.
So is the victim. I mean, I really don't see anything here that really gives way to a self-defense based on what's written here. There's a witness that confirms the allegations. There's really no mention that the victim did anything to threaten the defendant. Matter of fact, he stated this has been it's been waiting for this moment for a while. Also, it's interesting that the defendant allegedly took surveillance video from the establishment. You'd think why would someone, if nothing happened or if they were acting in the right, why they wouldn't want surveillance video to be obtainable.
Well, the flip side of that is they may want to take it to preserve it, thinking that he's going to arrest him.
Well, he had the gun. The other guy appears doesn't have a gun. Stay there.
I'm just merely pointing out there's a flip side of that. But,
well, then I'm sure. I look forward to him turning it over to the police then.
okay, so that being said.
Your Honor, additionally, I can tell you in 2008, an individual in Dade County got an order of protection, stay-away order, against Mr. Bass that was in effect for a little over 2 years. Additionally, in 2007, he pled out to attempted armed robbery.
Do you have a comment about bond?
Your Honor, based on the prior injunction, the allegations in this case, I'd be asking for a $10,000 bond, no victim contact, and an order of no firearms or weapons in his possession.
Okay. The state's asking lieutenant. That's pretty reasonable. What say your defense?
Your Honor, we'd ask for a $5,000 bond. He will be in court. His family's retaining counsel. He plans on facing these issues.
Okay, I'm going to split the baby. I'm going to set it at $7,500. Noting he does have a criminal record. If that's the case, I do note that he's being represented by competent counsel. So I feel confident that if we just tell him to stay away, he's going to do that. So I'm going to order you have no contact with Asage Alston. No contact with Mr. Alston directly or indirectly. You are not allowed to return to the Cuts and Styles Barbershop in Miramar. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're not allowed to possess any guns, any weapons, firearms, ammunition while you're on release, regardless of whether or not you have a permit. All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Okay, now, you go on yours?
Go down the middle and outside.
I know, is it Agazi? That's correct. Yeah, Agazi. Can I see Mr. Agazi, please?
Yeah, right down on the bench out there.
Thank you.
Agazi, sir, you are being represented by a very fine attorney here in Broward. You don't need to say anything. Allow your attorney to speak on your behalf. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How are you, sir?
Fine, Judge. How are you doing? Happy New Year.
Good. Same to you. Would you like to just state your name for the record?
Steve Rossi, Judge, on behalf of Amar Ghazi.
Okay. Mr. Rossi, your client has been charged with seatbelt violation, trafficking oxycodone, false ID given to the police. He's got 3 warrants. Those are misdemeanors. Those are $750 worth of bonds. Do you have any comment about probable cause today?
The only thing on that, Judge, was a little hard for me to read. Mr. Linder was kind enough to, I was here this morning, and Mr. Linder was kind enough to let me look at the PC. I had some difficulty reading it, the officer's writing. The only question I had was, pursuant to the search that took place, I understand that the stop was predicated upon the officer's observation that there was no seatbelt. But then I don't understand how the search then took place. That there was some words there. I don't know if it was consensual. I don't know if they then. I don't know what that was about.
It says, upon making contact with the vehicle's occupants, I smelled a strong odor of cannabis emitting from inside. The occupants were detained, and investigation revealed that the defendant had 3 active warrants after providing a false name. During a search of the defendant's person, a plastic bottle containing 100 oxycodone pills were retrieved from his pocket down his sweatpants. Defendant immediately...
You cleared it up, Mr. Linder. You cleared it up. I understand I was on his person. I wasn't clear if it was on the vehicle or
He
not.
actually admitted to the pills were his, but stated they were Percocets, not
Right.
oxycodone. So they were identified by the poison control. So
Okay.
we're just going to find probable cause today, and there's also a supplemental here, which
just gives the weight, that's all.
gives the weight of 52 grams.
Right.
So, State, does he have a criminal record?
Your Honor, other than what's on the booking report, he had a possession of marijuana that he pled out to last year.
Yeah, Judge, I know his mom, he lives up in Boca, I believe. Yeah, it's in Boca. And he's 20 years old. The bond right now is, he can't make the current bond. It's a $500,000 bond. I've spoke.
No, it's 500.
It's 500,000.
Yes.
I just want to make sure my glasses.
I know the feeling.
We're missing a zero. Okay, so he can't afford 500,000. Tell me about your client's financial issues. Do you know?
Yeah, limited information. I haven't really had a chance to speak with Amar, Judge, because, like I said, I just got retained on it. But he has very limited, if any, financial ability to pay. Sure.
Sir, how long have you lived in South Florida?
I've lived in South Florida for about like 2 years now.
Do you have family down here?
Yes, I have grandmother and aunt.
Do you own land or property, a house, apartments, anything like that?
I have an apartment that
You
is
rent
not
it?
is not. Yes, I rent it.
Okay. Now, do you have any money in the bank?
No, sir.
Do you own a car?
I own a car, but it doesn't work.
Okay. What about stocks, bonds? Do you have anything in any financial accounts, anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay. So, it seems like he obviously can't afford that kind of bond. He's got a minimal criminal record.
Well,
Go ahead.
Your Honor, okay. And I've spoken with Detective Palaget, who prepared this
Right.
affidavit, and Detective Edlund, who's involved in this investigation, ongoing investigation. Mr. Ghazi is going to be charged, I believe, this afternoon or sometime this evening with additional drug offenses. Mr. Ghazi, it appears, is very active in the drug trade business in South Florida. The law enforcement sought and applied for a search warrant of his residence upon this arrest and executed the search warrant yesterday. In his room, they discovered a safe, and in the safe they found over 500 grams of marijuana, just over 8 grams of heroin, a little over 4 grams of oxycodone. They found hydromorphone and hydrocodone, a total of approximately a little over 450 alprazolam tablets. The marijuana was broken up into 13 1-ounce baggies. The alprazolam were broken up by 100 tablets. They also found 2 guns in the safe. Additionally, Your Honor, the information I've received is he has roommates who I believe may also be getting charged, and the roommates upon this stop were actively seeking to get drugs and guns out of the apartment before law enforcement could arrive, Your Honor. I don't know about his financial resources, Your Honor, but it would appear, and I understand the questions the court asked, but those are also things that normally
Give us a
one...
quick moment.
Those are normally bank accounts, stocks, those type of things are normally one that is engaged in drug sales, would not keep paper records of finance.
In the state's opinion.
Your Honor, considering he's going to be getting 2 more trafficking charges, on this count alone, I believe he's facing I believe it's a 25-year min, even with no prior records, Your Honor. If the court's going to mitigate, I would ask that the court not mitigate it below $250,000, which I think would be a very large mitigation, cutting it in half.
It looks like Mr. Rossi may be back here along too. So, what I understand.
Right, in the interim, Judge, though, again, he doesn't have any records indicate. Of course, he's got the presumption of innocence, and I think, as Mr. Linder indicated, and I have no reason to disbelieve what the officers have indicated to Mr. Linder, that he's representing that accurately. But, as Mr. Linder indicated, there's roommates, so, you can't attribute this to Mr. Agazi directly. Potentially the roommates, if that's true, that they could be the ones that are in possession of that or whatnot. So the bottom line is, Judge, I mean, even at $250, he's not going to be able to make that kind of a bond. I think what I would request the court to do is to put him on a monitor, but he definitely can't make that. It's basically tantamount to no bond.
And, Your Honor, and I can advise you, I can't give the reason now, but I can advise the court that there is evidence to suggest to link the drugs found in the safe to Mr. Agazi and not one of his roommates.
I'm going to reduce count 2 to 50,000. We'll have pre-trial release with a GPS monitor. The court ROR count 3 and count 4, 5, and 6, 250, 250, 150, and we'll probably be back here tomorrow. 50. Pre-trial release GPS monitor. Yes.
Are we, whether the court or Mr. Linder, so we're pretty sure then tomorrow afternoon not going to be
The
back?
information I've gotten is that they're working on the PC right now to submit to the jail.
All right, so Mr. Linder knows I'm on the case. He's got my number.
Okay, the court
very
considered the
professional.
amount of drugs, the weight of the drugs,
Excuse me, Judge.
and
Let me make sure I got
criminal record. Thank you. Okay, let me just ask this attorney. Sir, what's your name?
My name is Jose Lago, Your Honor. I was called this morning, actually on Giancarlo.
Yeah, I think you're here on Giancarlo, right?
Yeah, they're on Giancarlo. Everybody's here.
Can we just hold off a minute?
Absolutely.
We haven't gotten to your case anyway, so.
Not a
just
problem.
rely. Have you read the paperwork?
No, Judge. At first, I found out very recently.
You want to come on up?
Yep.
Can I just say one more thing to my client, Judge?
Sure, go ahead.
Amar, can you hear me? Keep your mouth shut. Don't talk on the phone. Do not talk
Yes,
to anyone
sir.
about this case. Keep your mouth shut. You got it?
Yes,
Do
sir.
not talk on the phone. Do not talk to anybody. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. McLawrence.
Yes, Judge.
Take care of you real quick here.
Your Honor, on page 5 of the docket, there's a Troy Motter. He also has a state misdemeanor case along with the MO case, and he's there in the main jail, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Motter, sir, are you currently employed?
Yes.
What type
Judge,
of work?
Mr. Motter just started a job at Mr. Fix-It. He's kind of an apprentice, He's been living here for 3 years. He graduated from high school. He has 2.5 years of college at Indiana University in Pennsylvania, oddly enough, studying physical therapy. He is 3 months clean and sober. He attends AA regularly and has a sponsor. He wants to try to resolve these cases if at all possible.
Okay. I just want to find out if he qualifies for special public defender. So do you have any money to hire you an attorney?
No.
Would you like me to give you a free attorney on count
Yes.
2? You have one on count 1, but I'll give you one on count 2. All right?
Yes.
So I'm going to point you on count 2. Go ahead, mister. Do you have anything you want to say today?
No, Judge. As Mr. Miller said, he's willing to resolve the matter. So.
Thing is, it's 2 thefts. I don't know if there's restitution owed. I don't know the
Judge,
background.
he's telling me that everything was recovered. Of course, that's what I'm told. I don't know. I
Well,
can't.
what I'll
have any
do
proof
is,
of that.
how about we do this? If he wants to take a plea, I'll withhold on both. Leave it open for 60 days. If either party wants to come forward to move for restitution, we'll do that, all right?
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, so.
Is that okay
Sir-
with you? One moment. Let me explain to him what that means.
We'll be right with you, all right? Just let the attorney look through the paperwork.
Judge, I know Mr. Miller is too modest to say, but he tells the folks at the main jail not to talk on the phone
Does he?
every single day.
Yeah, I used to make sure that they knew that.
Okay, Judge, he's fine with that. Throw college,
Okay.
Miami-Dade College, one of those guys might
Mr.
have that.
Motter, if you want to plead no contest to count 1 and count 2, the cases are over with today. There'll be no trial. You're not going to have your day in court. They're wrapped up right now. I'll leave a time frame of 60 days from today open. If either party, the state or the city of Fort Lauderdale, want to come forward and try to get some restitution from you, they have 60 days to file that motion, all right?
Okay.
Okay, so would you like to plead no contest today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, how do you plead, sir?
No contest.
I'll withhold adjudication. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge. All right, you're done. Down the middle,
I
out the
think
door.
we
Good
have
luck.
some more. Hold on, let me look here. I have Jacqueline Dorfman. Jacqueline Dorfman.
Judge, that's a medical reset.
We're going to reset Ms. Dorfman for Thursday in the PM.
Now, Judge, she's been reset quite a few times. I'm not sure if a med screen has been ordered for her. Oh, she's big graphic? Okay, thank you.
Oh, and I.
Were you already appointed on Ms. Dorfman?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. You know what?
It will
Now,
eventually,
may I
1601.
see Jean Carlo, please?
No,
Jean
because look at
Carlo?
the original report, 1501.
Main jail, Judge. Here's your attorney. Good evening, Judge.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Carlo. Sir, Mr. Lago, do you see we have a...
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I see him.
Okay. Mr. Giancarlo, you're being represented by Jose Lago, who's in the courtroom with us. You don't need to make any comment or any statement. Allow your attorney to speak on your behalf. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Lago, good afternoon, sir. Thanks for coming on short notice.
Thank you, Judge. No, not a problem. Judge, I read this. I just read this now.
Right.
And I'm representing him in the divorce case. And unfortunately, he also, I understand that he also got injured from the incident.
Right.
I'm sure there's an explanation for what happened. I don't think my client would be the first aggressor in this matter, and I think I think there's probably a reason why this happened. I don't know what he gave the statement to the police. I haven't seen it yet. But what I would argue, Your Honor, is that there'll be no charges against my client, and he'll be basically let go on this matter, and
Okay.
that's what I.
Well, the court today is going to find probable cause. Let me ask you, Steve, does he have a criminal record?
No, Your Honor.
No.
No criminal record?
No criminal record.
We have a couple of people behind you there. Could I have them step forward for me? Sure. There. Both raise your right hands. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Put your hands down. Just have to speak up a little bit for me, ma'am, in the gray top. Tell us your name.
Jennifer Suarez, I'm Ms. Carlos' divorce attorney in the divorce matter.
Okay, I didn't know you were a member. I'm sorry I had you get sworn in.
It's all right.
You're already a member of the Florida Bar.
I don't mind.
I didn't know you were an attorney then. Okay, and your name, ma'am?
Kimberly Carlo.
Okay, ma'am, and you're the alleged victim in this case?
Yes.
Is that correct? And you're currently married to Mr. Giancarlo, right?
Yeah, correct.
But you are going through divorce proceedings now?
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask your attorney, ma'am, is there anything you want to say about this?
Unfortunately, Your Honor, she called me last night after the police had arrested Mr. Carlo. This isn't the first incident that happened. A couple weeks ago, there was an incident where Mr. Carlo yanked Miss Carlo out of the car, threw her on the ground while she was holding the party's 2-year-old son. At that time, I had advised her to seek a restraining order. She wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. She was hoping that it was a one-time thing, that this wouldn't happen again. And last night, unfortunately, she gave her statement to the police and also to the victim activist. It happened again. He grabbed her. He threw her on the floor. She can barely move her arm. She also got the 2-year-old son by the arm and was dangling him up in the air, based on what my client has told me.
Let me ask you, Ms. Carlo, there's been violence in the past in the relationship?
Yes.
Could you tell me about it?
About 1 year ago in October.
How long ago?
1 year ago in October.
Okay.
A little over a year ago. He came home extremely drunk, and he got extremely violent with me, extremely, where I thought I was going to die that night. Never did I call the police. Instead, I called his parents to come and get him out of the house. Okay, he was extremely out of control. I never pressed charges. I did not put a restraining order. I said, because he was under the influence, that this was not his character, and this is what led him to do that. His parents are very aware of the situation. 2 weeks ago, okay, so that was that situation. I think it was about 2 weeks ago, he pulled me out of the car. He came home one day with the boat, and I have bolt locks on my door, and he needed me to move the car out of the driveway so he could position his boat into the driveway to wash it. Meanwhile, I was in my room bathing the baby, and I didn't hear him banging on my door. By the time I got to the door, he was screaming. He kicked my door where it's all cracked, where you could put your foot through the door. By the time I got outside, I got in the car with the key, and I started the car with the baby in my arm. The baby was naked in a towel. I went to move the car out of the driveway to the road so that he could pull in his boat. He yanked me out of the car with the baby in my arms, threw me onto the concrete floor. I had bruises, I have scrapes. The baby got a scrape on the hand. And then I ran, I got in the house. I went, I notified his mom. I called my attorney and my parents, and everybody was insisting that I call the police and put a restraining order.
Let me ask you this. Was there alcohol or drugs involved in this last December 2015 incident that you say when he pulled you out of the car and the baby was injured? Was he drunk or on drugs at that time?
Not to my knowledge. I don't know. I wasn't with him.
I'm wondering it because you said the first time in October 2014 there was alcohol involved in that, and I just wondered if alcohol is the ongoing issue here.
I don't know.
No?
He didn't smell like alcohol when he was
No?
screaming.
Okay, let me ask you this. Did this, does he ever carry any guns or weapons with him?
He has 2 guns.
And where are the guns now?
When I filed for divorce, I went to his father's house and I asked his father to hide them.
Okay. All right. Are you concerned about your safety at this
Yes.
time? And
Yes.
tell me why. I mean, other than what you've told me, which I'm giving you credit that those are serious issues. But is there anything more that you can tell me why you're in fear of Mr. Carlo?
I fear for my life. And at this point, both the last 2 incidents that have occurred have been with the baby present in my arms. Okay, now I'm feared that he's at the point where he will harm the baby to get to me at this point. He's already done everything he possibly can to try to break me down. He went to CarMax, he turned my car in, paid them to take my car. I don't have a car anymore. I don't have a job. I have so much dependence on him because I stopped working to take care of our child.
Right.
And he's taking total advantage of this.
I understand. Let me ask
And
you.
I do fear for mine and the baby's safety. I fear. I have to be in a bedroom with 2 bolt locks on my door, one on the door, one on the back door. I had to sleep with Mace next to my bed in case he ever comes in the room. And I believe that he got into the room yesterday through the attic.
Let me ask you this. Let me see. What does he do for work?
He works for Audi as a service advisor.
Okay. And all right. Now, does he own any land or property, houses, anything like that?
We have the one house together. He has a boat. He has a Dodge Ram truck and a race car.
What kind of boat does he have?
A flat fishing boat.
Okay, what kind of car does he drive?
He drives a 2015 Dodge Ram, and he has a Nissan 240 with a super engine race car.
Okay. How much money do you think he makes per year?
Last year, I believe he made $123,000.
Okay. And how long has he lived down here in South Florida, do you know?
I think he moved here when he was 2 from Dominican Republic.
Does he have family here in town?
Yes, he does.
Who does he have?
His mother, his father, his grandmother, his aunts, his uncles.
Now, let me go back a little bit. You said one time he pulled you out of the car and the baby had a hand scrape, I think?
Yes,
Did you have to seek medical attention for the baby?
I did not.
How old is the baby?
2 years old,
Okay, a little boy or a little girl?
little boy.
Okay. How's he with the baby?
He is treating him as if how he feels towards me. He's treating him like he's getting through me through him. To visit him, I have to make plans. Halloween, I tried to split the evening with him. He never picked him up. Every time I asked him Christmas, I had him half the day. I gave him the other half of the day. He said he had other plans.
Okay, all right. So, is there anything else, ma'am, the attorney for Ms. Carla, you want to add?
No, Your Honor, I mean, we do want some sort of
There's
restraining
already
order.
been a family law.
There is a pending dissolution of marriage action filed. I had initially filed a motion for exclusive use and temporary child support. We held off setting that hearing because Mr. Long and I were trying to
Right, I understand.
move the case on and get to a mediation
but
before all this
The
happened.
judge there has not decided the child.
No, Your Honor.
All right, so Steve, do you have a comment about bond?
Your Honor, I guess really my concern from what I'm reading in this report and from what Ms. Carlo has advised the court of, and I know Your Honor's familiar with a lot of the issues in domestic violence, and one of the known issues in domestic violence is increasing violence. And what has been described today is increasing violence from a first incident where there wasn't so much a physical attack upon her, but just violent behavior around her, to another incident 2 weeks ago where she was pulled from a car. Now a third incident where there's increased violence where she was actually struck. My concern is, Your Honor, if this pattern continues, we're looking at much more serious violence that could be committed against Ms. Carlo. keeping that in mind, as she stated, it appears that the presence of the child is no deterrent from Mr. Carlo committing any act of violence against her. Your Honor, at this point in time, based on the level of violence alleged in this case and previous act of violence, I'd be asking for a $15,000 bond, no victim contact, and a GPS monitor.
Okay. I'm going to let Mr. Lago go ahead and give us the last word, sir.
Absolutely, Your Honor. Your Honor, if you read the statement here, it says that both parties were injured, that he was injured, basically, from the altercation. But it was the officer that determined that my client was the first aggressor. But in reality, we don't believe he is. Obviously, he can't say his statement now, but he gave a statement to the officer. I think he was read his Miranda rights as well. Another thing that I wanted to point out to you, that before this day there was no other incident. I mean, all this is basically allegations. All of them are alleged facts. There's nothing to be proven. She never went to the hospital. The child never received any medical treatment. So all there is here is her word. That's it. No proof. My client works at a very, very decent place, which is for the Audi. Been working there for a long time. He's got a reputable job, and he needs the job to maintain, obviously, the family, like he has been. We don't believe that he should get basically any charges at this matter based on what I see here. The bond is extremely high, and we don't believe that this warrants that kind of bond either.
I understand. Sir, this court has had a chance to speak at length with the alleged victim, Ms. Carlo. The court has reviewed the affidavit. The court notes the level of violence in the affidavit. The court spoke to Ms. Carlo, and the court finds Ms. Carlo to be very credible. The court, at this stage, the court does not find her to be deceptive. I've been doing this quite a long time, and I have people stand in front of me all the time, and after a while you kind of get the hang of who's being forthright and who's not. I find her to be truthful. This court today does believe that there is a history of violence in this relationship, and that the court is not only concerned with her safety, the court's concerned with the safety of the child. And the court recently attended a seminar for judges regarding domestic violence, and there was one section that was devoted toward the effects of domestic violence on small children. And you think a baby doesn't really realize what's going on, and they had all the reports and all the studies from how serious and how much negative effect it has on the emotional state of a baby. They pick up on this stuff. And the court's very concerned about what it's heard today. So today the court's going to set the bond at $10,000. He'll have pretrial release with the GPS monitor. The court will make it level 2. He's allowed to work. The court will order that he's not allowed to have any direct contact with Miss Kimberly Carlo. He cannot call her, he cannot text her, he cannot email her. He can have third-party contact with her through his attorney, through Miss Carlo's attorney, regarding the child, regarding issues with the child. But the court today is not going to make any determination on child sharing. It goes out of this court's area of expertise, and I think you need a full-blown hearing in front of the family judge regarding that. But today, the court will order that Mr. Carlo stay 500 feet away from Miss Kimberly Carlo and the child. What's the child's first name?
Jordan.
Jordan. 500 feet away from Jordan, 500 feet away from Miss Kimberly Carlo. Mr. Carlo is not allowed to come within 500 feet of Miss Carlo, where she lives, works, goes to school, anywhere in between. The court also is going to order that Mr. Carlo not be allowed to be in possession of any guns, any firearms, any weapons, any ammunition, at any time, under any circumstance, regardless of whether or not he possesses any license or permit to do so. Anything else? Okay. Mr. Lago, I appreciate you coming up on short notice from Miami. I know it's a rainy day and it's probably tough coming up 95. Ma'am, I appreciate you coming here. Again, I apologize for putting a member of the Florida Bar under oath, but
Sorry, Your Honor.
okay. I'm sorry about that, Ms. Carlo. I'm sorry we had to meet under these circumstances. I wish you the best, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's your bond?
15,000.
One bond? Pay the bond now. You can also file a motion in your division.
We're back. Okay, may I see Brayton Perkins?
That's all I said.
Brayton Perkins, come on up, sir.
He's at the main jail, Judge. This is a county ordinance case.
Mr. Shea, can you do me a favor? Can you stand in on this? Sure. It's a county ordinance. State you're the prosecutor on this.
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Brayton Perkins, you got a county ordinance for consuming alcohol. Would you like to resolve it today and plead no contest?
Yes.
So you understand we're not going to have a trial. You're not going to have your day in court. It's over with right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. How do you plead?
Not guilty. I mean guilty.
Okay. I'll accept that. I'll withhold adjudication. Good luck.
It doesn't show.
Perkins.
You gotta look. You know what?
Oscar Barahona.
Keith, I don't know if he ever looked up, actually.
Oh, you
He
need
might have been
Spanish.
looking down. That was just.
Sit down.
Okay.
You sure that wasn't just this part? He was looking down the entire time? Look at the booking photo.
Is he Vincent Radzimski?
He's present the main judge. Just for the court's information, Oscar Barahona, which is another municipal ordinance case requires a Spanish language interpreter.
We've got that. We're gonna order that up right now. Mr. Radzimski, you're charged with municipal ordinance violation, panhandling. You want me to appoint, I know you've been through here before, you want me to appoint an attorney to represent you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna appoint Mr. Shate. I think, when was the last time Mr. Radzimski came through?
One moment, Judge.
Mr. Radzimski, do you have any money in the bank?
No, sir.
Okay.
What's his BCCM?
It is 638713. Do you still live on 26th Avenue in Hollywood?
That's where my mother lives.
Do you live with your mother?
No, I do not.
Where are you living now?
I live on the street.
It was December 10th.
What was that for?
A new panhandling and 2 more capuses on panhandlings. He got out December 18th.
Okay. So it was December 10th, right?
Yes.
1 panhandling and 2 warrants on panhandling?
They were basically all panhandling.
Okay.
That's me.
Got it. Okay. Any money in the bank? Any money you have available to bond out, sir?
No, sir.
Do you own land or property?
No, sر.
Do you have your mother down here? Anybody besides your mom?
Yeah, but she doesn't want to do nothing for me.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and set your bond at $500. This is looks like the 3rd time in a matter of a couple of months you've been caught panhandling. I know, I believe I've warned you in the past. I've asked you to stop doing it, and it looks like you don't heed the court's warning, and you're still walking through traffic down in Hollywood on Sheridan Street, approaching vehicles, soliciting money from the occupants, and they said they've warned you in the past. So.
Yes, sir, but I wasn't even panhandling. I was just walking across the street.
Yes, sir. All right, your bond's $500 based on the facts of the case, and you had an arrest in December for the same thing. You have a history of it. Thank you, sir. I appointed a lawyer for you.
Robert White.
How about
Robert White.
Robert White. Mr. White? Hey, sir. Public consumption of alcohol from 2007. Sir, are you working at this time?
I get exercise.
Excuse me?
I get exercise, man.
Do you have any money in the bank?
No.
Can you afford to hire your own attorney?
No.
Would you like me to give you a free attorney today to help you in this hearing?
No.
Excuse me?
Huh?
Do you want a free attorney today to help you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to appoint Mr. Shate. And Mr. Shate, if your client, this is from 2007, wants to just plead no contest on this warrant, we'll just wrap it up right now. Case will be over with. He'll be out of jail, all right?
No problem, Judge.
Sir, you want to plead no contest today? The case will be over with. You're not going to have a trial. You're not going to have your day in court. You get out of jail today. Would you like to do that? I can't hear you.
Yes, no content.
Okay, I'll accept that. I'll withhold adjudication. Good luck, Mr. White. How about Chris? Let me see. No. I'm sorry. Those are the ones I already did up there.
Brayton Perkins?
Okay, got that. One more, and it's a Spanish speaker. Can you hang out for a minute?
Sure.
Okay.
Who? Yes.
Okay. Merci, Marie Payne Bianco.
North Broward.
Ms. Bianco, good afternoon, ma'am. You have a court order on count 1, no bond. Count 2, possession of Flocka, and that is a $1,000 bond. Thank you, ma'am. I see Brandy Banks.
Banks is a med reset, Your Honor.
Okay. We set her for Thursday in the PM docket. How about Denise Thomas?
Maine.
Good afternoon, Miss Thomas.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, you have warrants on felonies. No, warrant on a felony, no bond on one. 2, 3, and 4 are warrants. They're 500, 250, and 250, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Maurice Manning and Carlos Williams. Manning and Williams, please.
Manning.
Mr. Manning, 4 warrants on traffic matters. The total bond for you today is going to be $2,350. Thank you. How about Carlos Williams and then Christian Restrepo? Okay. Then Brandon Atiye. Okay, Mr. Williams. Out-of-state holds. Count 1 and 2. Count 1, 7,000. Count 2 is 1,600. Thank you.
You can bond out. Very good. Good luck. Judge, Brandon Itea has a private attorney.
Who's that, sir?
His name is Mark. Hang on a second. Mark Morris. I have a phone number for you.
Go ahead.
305-992-4174.
Okay, stand by 1 moment. I left a message for your attorney, sir. I told him you have a court date. He knows about it. Good luck. You'll be held without bond.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. Good luck, sir.
Let's see, Oscar Barahona. You ready to go, sir?
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Oscar Barahona.
Oscar Barahona.
Sir, do you swear or affirm to translate from English to Spanish, Spanish to English, truthfully and to the best of your ability?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. Sí oro leal y for the record.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Barahona.
Buenas tardes, señor Barahona.
Buenas tardes.
Good afternoon.
Sir, you've been charged with 2 minor ordinance violations.
Se lo acusa usted de 2 violaciones menores a ordenanzas.
I want to first figure out whether you need an attorney.
Primero voy a ver si usted va a necesitar un abogado.
Do you have any money in the bank?
¿Tiene usted dinero en el banco?
No tengo.
No, I don't have any.
Are you working at this time?
En este momento usted está trabajando.
No, tampoco no trabajo.
Not working either.
Would you like me to give you a free attorney to help you today?
¿Quiere que le dé un abogado gratis para que lo ayude hoy?
Oh, sí, claro.
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay. I'm going to appoint Mr. Shade to represent you.
Abogado señor Shea que lo va a representar.
No, Mr. Shade, he's got 2 warrants. They're both minor type of matters, and if he wants to plead no contest, we can wrap them both up today. Okay. Sir, if you would like to plead guilty or no contest today, your cases will be over with today, and you can leave jail today.
Señor, si usted se declara culpable o no me opongo, el día de hoy, entonces usted terminaría el caso, usted saldría de la cárcel hoy, si se declara.
You will not have to come back to court.
No tendrá que regresar a la corte
The cases will be closed.
y el caso quedaría ya cerrado.
Would you like to do that?
¿Quiere hacer eso?
Sí, está bien, sí.
Yes, that's fine.
How do you plead? Guilty or no contest?
¿Cómo se declara? ¿Culpable o no me opongo?
Oh, culpable porque donde yo estaba sentado no podía estar ya.
Well, guilty because wherever I was sitting and I didn't know.
I understand.
Entiendo.
I'm going to accept that or withhold adjudication. Good luck, sir.
Se lo aceptamos, fallo mínimo y suerte, señor.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
You want to make an announcement for Spanish?
Yes, Your Honor. ¿Una otra de las personas necesita el intérprete en español?
That's it. Thank you. All right. No problem. Samuel Thomas, Keandre
Major.
Hurd, and Cambrell
Yes, Your Honor.
Tarver. Okay, Samuel Thomas, grand theft auto, disobeying a light, failed to arrest your vehicle. Hey, Carl. Carl, you can come on through, okay?
Judge, we'll be
Yes.
looking for ROR on this case.
Okay. Grand theft auto, disobeying a light.
Hey,
How
how's
you
it
doing?
going? Here.
Orlando, you well? You seem well. Good, good. Thank you.
Here I am. That's all right.
Don't worry about it.
Here's the affidavit. Go and take a look. Also, just so you know,
Just look here.
he's got a pending
Who's
possession.
going to find
of
probable cause? Does this defendant have a criminal record?
Yeah, I mean, Foz, do you have a copy of the affidavit from yesterday?
What's his name, Your Honor? This gentleman is Sam
Okay,
Thomas.
Foz got
Samuel
one for you
Thomas.
over there. Okay. Yeah. One moment, Judge. Samuel. I'm going out to tomorrow's. You're on tomorrow's also?
Well, I can't go now.
No, I'm there. He has. Just checking out the state of New York. There's a prior arrest, but I don't have any disposition on that, Judge. It looks like it's some kind of criminal. Yeah, he's scheduled to be arraigned on a misdemeanor matter out of Hillsborough County, January 14th of this year. Something about obtaining property. I think it might have to do with the obtaining property or services by fraud. I'm not sure. And looks like he has a possession of marijuana. Looks like he's in drug court in possession of marijuana.
All right. Sir, do you still live on Northwest 15th Street in Pembroke Pines?
Do you still live? I'm sorry, Judge. Can
Do
you
you still
repeat
live on
that?
Northwest 15th Street in Pembroke Pines?
Well, that's my uncle's home. Yes, I live there.
Do you get mail there?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Good to go. Just make sure you...
Keandre Hurd?
That's Samuel Thomas.
Keandre Hurd?
Remain jail.
Sir, violating community control, that's a no bond hold. Thank you.
Thank you.
How about Cambrell Tarver?
I think he's
medical
still
reset.
alone. I mean,
Let me ask you something.
yes, Judge.
Does he have any?
I don't think. If you give me his BCCN, I can tell you. But
Zero. Zero.
oh yeah, never mind. Let me just give me one moment, Your Honor. I forgot that it's zero when they're on loan.
Happen to do one move. Just me. You need to sit all day for 8 hours. I had to do one thing. You had to get on the building. What's up?
Yeah, he had, I don't know if he has anything pending.
I'm going to reset this for Friday afternoon, all right?
Yeah, he doesn't have any, I don't think he has anything pending at the moment. When was this arrest? It'll be, I know, it'll be on the
December
booking sheet.
27th.
Okay, he was arrested November 5th on a felony, but I suspect it was drug related. A final decision hasn't been made.
All right. Now, let's go into, hold on. Michael Levitt.
He's, it's a med reset.
It's also a medical reset.
Thursday p.m. You see William Fino.
Go ahead and have a seat, please. I'm sorry. Mr. Fino is present at the main jail.
Okay. Mr. Fino, count 1 grand theft, 1,000. 2, you're being held for U.S. Marshals. Count 3, petty theft, 100. Thank you. How about Jonathan Maldonado?
Bonded, Judge.
How about Vincent Ramirez? Sir, violating probation. That's a $3,500 bond. Thank you. How about Jason Langford?
Go down after the He bonded, Judge.
Bonded. Langford. I write it right here for you.
I'll go down there. Judge, I can shed some light on Mr. Chris Little if you wish.
Go ahead, Chris Little, please.
I spoke with Regina Tomanakis' office today. They asked that the court reset this case for tomorrow morning, and Tal Shimtov will be appearing on her behalf.
Okay, I'm going to reset this for Thursday in the morning, tomorrow morning. Here you go.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're on Bellamy, right, sir? Yeah. So I'll just hold off till you're ready, all right?
Judge, with regard to Mr. Bellamy, I did some legal research over the break, and the court was indeed correct. The state does have standing to argue on a motion to withdraw based on a conflict.
There you go.
It's all good.
All right. Very good. All right.
Okay,
So,
now, what's your name, sir?
Mr. Bellamy, have a seat. Your attorney's looking over paperwork right now, all right, sir?
Judge, I've got 1 second look if you feel like
Who's that?
taking a look at it. Judge, it's Jeffrey Mullins. He's here on a trespass occupied structure. Looks like it's from sometime earlier this week.
Okay, Mr. Mullins.
Trespass occupied structure. And he would like to resolve this case if the court is so inclined.
I might not even need that at all, but I'm gonna look at the case number 10. I might no, I don't pull the trigger like that. But this is first, I gotta go see my nephew graduate. Yeah. Oh yeah, like 1,400. Yeah, I got like 1,400. I already got one in the chamber. You know, I keep it rolling.
7-Eleven.
My nephew graduated Fire Academy next week. He lives in Tampa. He lives in St. Pete, so he just go over to Gritty in Tampa. He got picked up. He graduates on next Thursday. My brother, he gas was like, I ain't sure yet. Yeah, I was sure. He's only firefighter, but everybody else school team. Good. Good. We have to have you there. I was just up there like 3 weeks ago, hanging out with my brother and all that stuff. So he's like, you coming back?
Yes, sir, I would.
It's for trespassing at the 7-Eleven down on the beach. All right?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're not allowed to go back there. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You can't step foot on the property, including the parking lot, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, if you want to plead no contest, your case will be over with today. You're not going to have your trial. You're not going to have a day in court. It's wrapped up right now. Is that what you want to do?
I'd like to plead no contest, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll withhold adjudication. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, I don't think you need me for Mr. Bellamy, and that nobody else left. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now, Mr. Bellamy, will you come forward, please?
Okay, the microphone is live, Mr. Bellamy.
Mr. Bellamy, let me remind you, I think I told you yesterday, you have the right to remain silent. However, if you give up the right to remain silent, you make any comments, any statements today regarding your arrest, what led up to you being arrested, the facts around your arrest, whatever you say will be used against you. Everything's being recorded. Do you understand what I've explained?
Yes, sir.
Now, you have an attorney here, Mr. Orlando. Allow him to speak on your behalf. Now, good afternoon, Mr.
Good afternoon, Judge.
So your client's been charged with premeditated murder.
Well, Judge, it's attempted.
Attempted, I'm sorry. Attempted premeditated murder in the first degree, obviously, and then it's with a firearm, I believe, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, State, are you going to hold this defendant without bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Orlando, do you have any comment about whether or not there's proof evident presumption grade at this juncture?
Well, Judge, I would request that Mr. Bellamy be allowed to have a full Arthur hearing with evidence presented in front of the judge that he ultimately gets assigned to. Just by looking at this, it looks like this alleged witness, Mr. Maxims, initially was not identifying Mr. Bellamy as the shooter, and then
He seemed reluctant.
and then changed, and then ultimately identified him. So I think there's issues that a full Arthur hearing could develop.
I understand the court looked at that, but then there's a couple other witnesses who tie him into it. And the court today, I'm going to find proof evident presumption grade, hold the defendant without bond. And we know that pursuant to the Arthur case, the Keel case, there's probably another case along the way I've forgotten about. This does not preclude the defense from seeking relief in an Arthur hearing. It's a separate animal, and let's be very clear that nothing that the court does today or any findings should in any way inhibit the defendant from seeking relief in that forum.
And Your Honor, just to put on the record, the state's position is that conflict counsel, whether it's Mr. Orlando or any other attorney or conflict counsel or any attorney that's representing Mr. Bellamy, has the absolute right to seek an Arthur hearing in front of the assigned judge. My understanding is it's going to be Judge Merrigan. Your Honor, I just want to inform the court, Mr. Bellamy has an open case, and he's out on bond for possession of PVP in front of Judge Merrigan.
Okay. Okay, if you'd like, I'll revoke the release or bond on that so he gets credit for time served. If not, we can just let that go and you can bring that up with Judge Merrigan.
Why don't you just let that go for now?
And but so because this was a non-adversarial hearing, Your Honor, Mr. Orlando would absolutely have the right to seek an evidentiary hearing in front of Judge
We
Merrigan.
agree with that, okay?
Yes,
Thank you very
you.
much, Mr. Orlando. Thank you, Mr. Bellamy. You're going to be held without bond. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We're going to just get sidebar real quick.
the judge is going to
call
honor
your
warrant.
name, when I call it your name, you can leave the courtroom you're in. You'll be released on your own recognizance today. Tamisha Williams, you're going to be released on both your cases today. There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Sean Mock,
Yes, sir.
you're going to be released ROR. Thank you. How about
Thank you, sir.
Jason? Jason Gore, where are you, sir?
Your Honor.
Conti.
Conti, I got to talk to you, Mr. Gore. Hold on a moment.
No, this isn't a 30-day.
No, I am.
Okay.
I got something from Mr. Gore. Just need to talk to him really quick here.
And his bond was raised on the Grand Theft Auto, I believe, to $5,000. I think that had to do with his record.
Mr. Gore, how come you've not bonded out of the jail yet?
Sir?
How come you haven't bonded out?
I don't have the money, sir. Most of my family live out of state, sir.
Do you have family down here in South Florida?
Not immediate family, sir, like cousins, sir.
Now, were you working before you were arrested, sir?
Yeah, I was doing the day labor, sir.
Where'd you go to high school?
Ely High School, sir.
Okay.
And yes, Your Honor, Judge Singal raised the bond on the Grand Theft Auto to $5,000. I suspect, and the reason I don't believe he's a good candidate for a pretrial release, his prior history, he's been sentenced to prison on 5 separate drug cases in the past. He's been sent to prison as a habitual offender. He's gotten 30 months in state prison in the past on delivery of cocaine. He resolved a theft as recently as September of last year, possession of marijuana June of last year.
So I'm going to let you go see your trial judge. I'm going to deny the motion and release you today on your own recognizance.
I know.
Sir, I haven't been to prison in like 7-8 years, sir.
I understand.
I haven't been in
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay, now, let's go to the misdemeanors.
Here you go. Could you just put my initials and today's date on that for me, please? What'd you say? Yeah, put KD.
You're still with him?
Steve Thomas, please. Mr. Steve Thomas, you over there?
He's at North Broward, Your Honor.
Okay.
Right on the edge.
Hey, sir.
How you doing, Joe?
Hey, you want to work this? You want to work this cannabis marijuana out right now? Plead no contest because you already took care of your felony.
Yes.
So if you plead no contest, case is over with. No trial, no day in court, no probation. Wrapped up right now. Would you like to do that?
I go out and I go home.
You should be able to. This isn't going to hold you up.
No contest.
All right, I'll accept it. Withhold adjudication. A happy New Year. Good luck to you. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. How about Heidi Hernandez?
All right, sir.
Hi, Miss Hernandez.
Hi.
Well, you've been charged with a battery, and how come you haven't bonded out of jail yet?
I don't have any money. I'm currently on the list to get into the hack.
Okay. Do you have any family here in South Florida, ma'am?
No.
Do you have family down here in South Florida?
Just my kids.
Just your kids?
My kids.
How old are your kids?
It's my aunt. Huh? How old are my kids?
Yeah.
8, 16, and 20.
And who are they living with?
My aunt.
Okay. Now, would your aunt come bond you out of the jail?
No, she will not.
Okay. Do you have anyone else locally who could bond you out?
No, sir. No,
Well,
I was born here,
Just wanted to let you
raised
know.
here in Broward County.
You're welcome.
I have no bridge,
Yeah, and
nothing.
Do you have anywhere to go, anywhere to live, anywhere to stay?
I've been staying with friends back and forth, but I am on the list to get into the hack.
I'm reading here, it says you and the defendant are both homeless. And it says that
I have no battery charges, no drug charges, no nothing.
hit a man in the face several times. Minor contusion, laceration of cheekbone.
It's a very specific crime. I don't.
Okay, 50 South Andrews, that's right at the library right there.
That's where the hack picks me up at.
Well, can you go anywhere besides the hack?
BOC, I'm trying to get into a place. I really am.
Okay, I'm going to send you over to Judge Lerner Wren. Judge Lerner Wren can help you. She's got more assets available to her than I do, and she can help
I
you.
have assets. I'm on the list to get into the hack any day now.
Okay. All right, well.
I have to be there is the problem. I have to meet with the task force.
Judge Lerner Wren will help you. She's all wired into the hack and BOC, and she's going to help you get in there, okay?
There's no way for me to get out today.
Well, as a practical matter, you have nowhere to go. If I let you out today...
I have a friend. I have a friend that I can go to.
Do you know, does your friend have an apartment or an address?
It's a house, 2301 Northwest 13th Street.
Well, why wouldn't you just go straight to your friend instead of the hack?
Because I can't stay there on a permanent basis.
Okay. I'm going to send you to Judge Lerner Wren. She's going to help you, and I want you to get help. And have you seen the doctor over there?
Over where?
Where you
are?
Yeah,
at where I'm at right now? No.
Yeah. Would you like me to?
I take care of elderly people over there.
understand.
That's why I can go.
Would you like
Well,
me
I
to?
can go
Would
over
you
there
like
and
me
stay
to
there.
sign you up so the doctor can take a look at you over there?
No, I'm fine, sir.
Okay.
I just want to get out of here. I want to go see my kids.
Okay.
I'm begging you.
Good luck, ma'am. All right.
Can I get out on ROR?
No, I told you. You're going to Judge Lerner Wren. You're gonna go.
Okay,
your bond's
when will
gonna stay
that
the
be?
same. You're gonna go see Judge Lerner Wren. All right.
Okay, when will that be?
Probably tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. I wish you the
Yes,
best, ma'am. All right.
Thank you.
Good luck. Let's see Steve Austin, please.
North Broward.
Good afternoon, Mr. Austin.
Good afternoon, Judge Hurley.
You're the other part of this, I believe, right? Steve Austin. I believe. Let me ask you a question. Sir, you live over in the homeless tent downtown, right?
Excuse me?
You live in a homeless tent
Yes.
downtown?
Yes.
And you got into this with Miss Hernandez, the other woman who was just here.
Who, me? No. The one that was here? No. No.
No. Okay, you're right. It's a different address. Sorry about that. Here, look here. Do you have any address you can go and stay?
Who, me?
Yes.
Well, actually, I be at St. Lawrence over there, 1698. I'm over there, but I've been back there for a minute now, who I got into with you. Actually, I had brought her back there with me.
No, I'm just, all I want to know is, do you have somewhere to go other than the
Yes.
tent area? Do you have an address we could send you to?
For the night now, 1698, right down the street.
Well, when was the last time you stayed there?
Well, actually, I be there every day.
Do you stay
I
overnight
go
there?
Yeah, I go to the tent. I go to the tent to check on my stuff up there and change the clothes.
Can you monitor with St. Francis?
Actually, the one that's with me, she don't stay back there. She come back there randomly.
Okay.
Cause I was trying to get her. I brought her next to me, but she caused a lot of problems. So I couldn't move. I had brought her back there with me to protect her.
Sir, do you have a street address other than St. Lawrence? A friend or a family member you can go stay with?
I can't think of the address right offhand. But I have a friend downtown.
Why don't we'll do PTR pending, all right? We're gonna have somebody come talk to you, and if we can, Steve Austin, we're gonna have somebody come talk to you, see if we can get an address where you're gonna go, and then we'll let you out of jail, all right?
All right, thank you.
Okay, I think that wraps it up, doesn't it? Okay, everyone, thank you very much. We'll see everyone back here tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's Thursday, right? Bright and early tomorrow morning. I'll be here probably 10:15, because as we all know, on Thursdays I do extradition, and it causes the court to be late to come into here. So, till tomorrow morning, we're out from 2:35. We'll see you back here.